Hello and welcome to this video on how to use the saving and loading feature while playing tournaments in Poker Aftermath. My name is Matt Davis and I'm the writer of this program. Thank you for downloading the program. If you haven't done that yet, if you look in the information section of this YouTube video, you will see a link that takes you to the page where you can download the software. So please do that if you haven't yet, and also feel free to share that link with other people who you think might enjoy using the program. And if you subscribe to the YouTube channel when new videos come out, you'll be notified about that. And if you have any feedback about the video or using the program as you play, send that to pokeraftermath@gmail.com. Alright, so let me go ahead and get into the content of the save feature, which people have asked me to add and I think was an important feature for these table, sometimes multi-day events that we're simulating. So to get into the tournament mode, we'll go into options, choose tournament mode, several tournaments to choose from. I'm going to go ahead and go with the World Series of Poker Deep Stack event. When I select that, there's actually multiple different styles of deep stacks they have. I'm going to do the one with the most chips, 15,000, so I'm going to select yes for that. This one also has the most players in it, so this particular one is somewhat random, so we have 1,507 players in it. So with everybody starting with a lot of chips, with there being so many players, a tournament like this can take a long time. So let me go ahead and just deal some hands, make some progress. You can't save I don't have it set to be able to save right away, because, you know, why do you really need to save a tournament when you're 3 hands in or something? So I'm going to just go ahead and fold hands, even ones like this that might be playable, just so that I can get to the save feature and show you what's happening. In most play, I would recommend that when you're out, you go ahead and skip over post-flop play just to speed things up. If you click on the load right here, it would load a previous version. We may not have one of this. I don't think we do. So if you click load right now, it'll just say there's no save version for this tournament. When you do save, it's by tournament type, so you can have one per type, and nobody has saved one of this type yet. Okay, so go ahead and deal some more hands, but that button's going to continue to say load until after you've played 6 hands. So I'm just going to skip through these. So just going to keep folding and skipping. Oh, ace jack, and everybody folds to me. I should raise for sure. Alright, okay, I'll jump in there and we'll raise one. Hey, we made some chips. And then fold and skip. And we played 5 hands so far. Actually, and it's already switched over to saying save, so I guess that happens after 5 hands. I was thinking it was 6, but there we go, it says save now. So if you click save, because there's no version saved yet, it'll just do it and say, okay, good, you've saved. Just give you that kind of notification. Then you can continue to play. And I probably should just continue to fold, but we'll go ahead and do this. Now, you can skip a hand even if you're in it, and for time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and do that here. And it'll just deal it out, and whoever ends up with the best hand at the end will win the amount that was bet before you hit skip. So it looks like that's the 9s this time. Alright, and I'll just do a few more hands, and then I'm going to go ahead and save again after this one is over. And so when I do it this time, it will give me a warning because I already have a version of this tournament saved. If I save again, because you're only allowed to save 1 per tournament type, this is going to overwrite the other one. And by the way, when you're in a tournament that has 3 options, like the deep stack, you can only have 1 saved of any of the 3 types. So like even if you switch to the 5,000 chip one instead of the 15,000, if you save there, that would still wipe out this 15,000 one. So just be aware of that. 1 save per type. Alright, so I'll go ahead and say yes, and then I'd have a more updated save a few hands deeper in. Okay, so that's the main feature there of save. And we've saved again. We've seen the different types. So let me go ahead and show you how to load now. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this tournament. And it gets sent back to the cache game. And then when I'm done, I'm going to enter back into tournament mode. I'll choose the daily deep stack again and pick the 15,000 again. I believe it doesn't matter which type you select. Once it loads, it should take you back to the type you were in. So I'll go ahead and pick the same one though, and then I can click on load. That's only going to be there for the first few hands, so make sure if that's really your intention is to go back to an old tournament that you don't play too many hands before you do that. So when I click load, because now there is an old version, it'll find it and load it up for me. And we're still in level 1, but notice that once I hit deal, it says hand 1, but we did load that. So notice now that we're on hand 8. And I can go ahead and continue to skip through there. And then that's basically it. So you have this load and save feature. And I think, again, important, this tournament, if you play it to the end, I don't know, you might end up playing 20 levels or something, and the levels go up, I believe, on this one every 14 hands, I think, 14 or 15, I forget. So it's going to take a long time. You know, if you bust out, of course, no big deal. In terms of time, you don't need to save it. Of course, it's a big deal if you bust out, but not a big deal in terms of like the time investment. I'll go ahead and fold here to avoid busting out, by the way. And then once I fold, I can, at the end of any betting round, I can always click skip if I want to. Looks like he just barely had me with the jacks, and the ace queen had me beat over there too. So this points out something interesting, you know, maybe an ethical issue for you here. But if you have just saved and you had 15,000 in chips and now you just lost a hand with your pocket tens, you can actually exit tournament mode and then fold all this out, skip through this, go back into the tournament mode and load, and you'll be back at that spot again where we're on hand number 8. And look at that, better fortunes for you now. So now you have queens, right? So that's up to you whether you want to do that, but you could use that save button as kind of a way to make sure you make it all the way through the tournament if you just want to experience that, right? Every time you make some good progress, you can click save, and then if something goes horribly wrong, go back to one of those moments where you had more chips. You know, unfortunately, you can't do that in real life tournament play, but you can here. And if you just want to experience what it's like to make it all the way through, that's one way that you can do that. All right. I think that covers all the features that I needed to show you with the save and the load. If there's other issues that come up, feel free to email me at pokeraftermath@gmail.com, and if I missed something important, I can add that back in and make a new version of this video. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this and for checking out the program. And again, please feel free to share it with others and to subscribe to the channel. And good luck as you continue to play. And again, thanks for watching.